Forget listening to me. Go get in the line to get her autograph because it's going to be famous. She was great. Okay. Welcome to Death 101, the class. I always knew this day would come. Between death and taxes, only death turned out to be inevitable since lots of clever people avoid paying their taxes. So what was your question again? Oh, yeah, you asked me, what's death like? Back before my personal big event, I remember asking myself the same question. Now I wonder, why did I think death would be like something? At different times in my life, when I tried to picture death, I imagined it a lot of different ways. Like a long, peaceful, dreamless sleep. Probably wishful thinking since I seldom slept more than 4 or 5 hours a night. Like arriving slightly late for a family reunion only to find out my youngest sister Ellen was running late and did I want a biscuit and some coffee while we waited. Like being reborn, living without ailments, and never getting any older than, come to think of it, I never did figure out how old that would be. Physically, my best years were in my 30s, so maybe I'd hold at 35. Back before I discovered my body was made up of joints and muscles, organs and lymph nodes, parts and pieces that could decide on their own that I was having too carefree a day, and hello, pay attention or I'll send you to the emergency room. Sometimes I'd see a movie about the afterlife and wonder if that was what death was really like. Like the movie Ghost, where an ephemeral me would come back and dispense comfort and wisdom to my grieving widow. Or like Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense, who didn't know he was dead until a young boy looked at him and said, "I see dead people." Hint, hint, Bruce Willis. Well, I'm here, I guess technically speaking, not here, to tell you that death isn't like any of those things. At least not the flavor I'm experiencing. By the way, if you think it will help you understand any better, my flavor of death is licorice pistachio with maltodextrin added as a stabilizer. But back to your question, what is death like? Well, I'm afraid in the end, the best I can tell you is that it's completely, absolutely, eternally like, well, death. For those who insist on being overly imaginative, let me put the cookies on the countertop where they're easier for you to reach. Death isn't like anything. It simply is. But please, feel free to keep researching, imagining, fantasizing, collecting those exciting near-death experience stories. If you like, you can even watch Jennifer Love Hewitt whisper ghosts into the light. Reality check, they haven't been doing that move toward the light thing since the cost of power went through the roof. Believe me, when you finally do experience death, you're going to feel pretty silly. Wonder why you didn't use some of that time more productively, say in having a Cialis moment, or going to more rock concerts or gallery openings. Because based on the people I've talked to here, regardless of which of the 31 flavors you end up with, you won't be getting those other things sprinkled on it or mixed into it. It may be hard for me to describe what death is, but I can tell you pretty confidently what death isn't. It isn't an afterlife version of Cold Stone Creamery. Well, gotta go. Hope that helped you. Got people to see and things to do. Good luck, and I'll be seeing you around.